What's going on, everyone? This is Tony over here at TPVR. We will be going live here just shortly. Please bear with us. Thank you for coming on in and listening. What's going on, everyone? This is Tony over here at TPVR. We are getting ready to start our show right now. So anyone who's here, thank you for coming. Those that haven't made it yet, I'm pretty sure you will get your time frames right and you will be on. So thank goodness. How you doing? So please, if you don't mind, let other people know that we are starting. And that was at 8 o'clock. That was asked about 12 times yesterday. So I'm going to proceed on here. And again, thanks everyone for coming. So right now, what our topics are going to be, or for right now, it's going to be about dreams. I love dreams. We all love dreams because we all love to sleep. I'm your host again over here at Tony. I'm your host Tony over here at TPVR. Sorry. So proceeding on, this is a dream that I want to tell people about that has to do with a dream that I had about 3 years ago. It was, I must say, about 3 years ago. It actually happened just when I was moving into this new apartment here, and it was no more than maybe 2-3 months, maybe 4, and started getting these weird little feelings all over the place. And then I was feeling like I was like being watched and stuff. I'm quite used to that, but I'm like, what's going on? Then, of course, I did my sessions and all that, which we will later discuss. But right now, I had a dream, and it was also followed up by a video that I did that was actually posted on YouTube right now on another channel of ours. And it actually has to do with the follow-up of that dream immediately after I woke up when I thought I was dead. So I'm going to be explaining to those about that in here just a couple more minutes here. We're going to let everyone start making their way. And then we are going to begin here. So I just wanted to come in, introduce myself, let you guys know that I'm here. We've started the show. So we are going to go ahead and take a short little break here while we wait on everyone else to come in. This is your host, Tony, over here at TPVR. If you are in here, please stay in. We will return. Thank you. Okay, so I am actually here right now, and we're no longer going to sit here and wait for everyone to come on in. So we got a show to do, and we're going to have to go ahead and proceed to do it. So, for those that have made it, thank you for coming in, and thank you for sharing, everyone. So, as I proceed, as we were just talking about here earlier, is that I had the dream of Stephanie. I never told you guys that before we took our short little break, but this story is the very first short story that I actually put together that actually has to do with Stephanie. For those that do not know Stephanie is a spiritual form that was apparently here before me, but after it was discovered that I actually have a way to communicate, that activity started happening. Everything's cool over here. So if you have a story of a particular dream you want to say, get on the Discord, let the moderator know that you want to come in and speak. We'll be going in order. So if you do, let somebody know, then moderator, please let us know. So right now I'm going to explain my story, and here we go. And the story begins. So yesterday, which I need to find the date on that, by the way. I'm sorry, I can't quite get the date, but I know where to find it at. It was February, like 3 years ago. So yesterday, I took me a 45-minute nap. During my transition to my dream, I pretty much awoke in my new apartment, by which I noticed none of the furniture, nor movies, computer, living room table, kitchen table, nothing existed. The only thing was my TV was playing a movie, and I guess my ears was hearing and my brain interpreting the movie into the dream screen per se on the TV. But it wasn't until a certain part of the movie I was hearing or playing in my dream where I noticed it wasn't matching what I was watching, because I noticed, I know what the movie was, so it was like something wasn't right. But as I look around and continued to notice nothing of my girlfriend's stuff existed, everything seemed to be gone. And pretty much the couch that I awoke from in my dream, quote unquote, I immediately felt super confused. But then I started feeling instantly lonely, lost, confused, sad, and seeking help. So as I continued my journey as to what on earth happened, and noticing the movie repeating itself, and weird thing in the movie that I knew wasn't right, I headed outside and hopefully to ask someone what is going on. So I said to myself, I must get to my mother. And just then I immediately began feeling sadder and sadder, starting to feel, death has got the best of me. So as I continued outside, I noticed no lights from the other apartments were on. Totally dark, but one light, super quiet, and just felt wrong. I then began as if I was going to break down and cry, as I had no way to contact, and noticed I began to fly/float. Hence, I was awoke. Now, remember, I'm still in my dream where, I'm thinking that because it's so vivid, I'm thinking things are realistic. So I didn't know what was going on. So again, I began to float, fly around, as I was realistically, quote unquote, waking up in real life. So I'm still dreaming. As I began floating, I instantly broke down and said, "I love you, Mom and Dad." And I was just about to float back down to go back inside the apartment and just stay. But what I was also doing, that I just had this sense that I needed to go and get to my parents. So I began feeling a jolt when I woke. So just as I was entering the apartment, where I can see the couch, and I remember how I was laying. So as I was laying on the position of the couch, as I saw the couch, the closer and closer I got to myself, I began to get these jolts, and I awoke with such thankfulness that I literally was about to cry, and I was just so thankful. So back to reality now. So back in the realistic world now, no dreams. I asked, I pulled out my K2 meter at the time and my recorder, which I didn't quite get anything because that recorder actually sucked. But I asked if I experienced a spiritual feeling, and a brief scenario of what happened. My K2 meter went off and it started blinking into the yellow, like no tomorrow, actually. I don't know if this was true, but I felt absolutely sad afterwards, and I just woke up, and just waking up to see things back to normal, I didn't know what to do. I was still kind of confused. Quote unquote for myself, I was so darn happy to see my girlfriend walk around in the door after she got off work. It was probably about 9 o'clock, but I couldn't explain why, because I didn't know if this was good to share. So did I just have my first actual experience of a spirit, of what a spirit experienced? Did I witness my first out of body experience? So if you have something to say on that, feel free to come on. We're going to go ahead and, we're not going to take a break right now. We're going to go ahead and start up the show right now. We got about 46 minutes left. I'm going to go ahead and get everyone set up here. If someone likes to say hello, just let us know. Let the mods know, whatever, then we go ahead and bring you on. So that was just one of my dreams. So if you have a dream that you'd like to come and say, please share on the Discord. Let us know, or share on here. I'm finna go ahead and open up the chat right now on this radio station so I can see exactly who wants to come in and say something. So I know we already talked about this. If you have something you'd like to say, please go ahead and share with us, because we'd like to know. So we're going to wait for that. And right now we're going to go ahead and take a small short break. And then when we come back, we're going to bring some more people on that would like to speak. So you guys, thank you for listening to our show. Please be sure you subscribe to this channel, and also on our YouTube page at the Pair Review, which we will soon, and soon we will share the link. So we're going to take our short break, and then once we return, we'll go ahead and bring somebody on. Thank you.
Are you tired of wearing the same clothes from someone else? Would you like to have your own personal touch to your apparel? Then you need to go and visit thesisterswood.com. You design it, we create it, you wear it. Come and get the quality that's uniquely handmade in the OC by two friendly sisters that enjoy sharing their art. But it doesn't stop there. We engrave glasses. Have some wine in your own custom monogram wine glasses, satchel-style bags, pockets, shirts, clothes, shoes, anything that your mind can think of. If you want a design, TSW can design it for you. We approach our work with a unique perspective that takes into account your needs and individual designs. Visit our website at thesisterswood.com and allow us to make you a design today.
We want to welcome you guys to a brand new paranormal radio show known as The Pair Review. I am your host, Tony, over here at Collin County Paranormal. Whether you have tidbit stories, you want to share your equipment usage, pics, pictures, audio, please feel free to reach out to us at collincountyparanormal@gmail.com, where you can go live with us and discuss any topics of the paranormal. This is a community brought together for everyone that's in the paranormal industry per se. Please reach out to us and you can go live with us today. Okay, so we are back here, ready to get this party started. So I don't quite understand where this doubling's coming from. That's probably going to be one of you guys, because I'm not hearing it. We have a stream going on right now in the other room. It's not doubling, so yeah. Please be sure you mute. So that's the only way to dodge that. So we're going to go ahead and get you set up right now. You need to click the TPVR and come back to the room, because you're not in here right now. I can't see you. So we're going to go ahead and wait for you to come on in. Okay, so, well, we're going to have to prevent this dead air. I know we already had plans to do this, so I need to get everyone unmuted over here so that way we can begin our show here. And if anyone has something to say, feel free to come on in. It's wide open right now. So TSW, come on in. How are you doing? Okay, so continuing forth, if there's anyone else that wants to come in here and say hello to keep the dead air out, please come on in and say hello. I know we had this plan yesterday, so now we're just kind of stuck again. So I'm going to proceed. No, you're not. You have to click the TPVR. You know that because you're not in here. I can't hear you. You're not even on the. You're not on here. So let me just do this here. That's funny because we don't see you. Okay, now let me get you set up here. Okay, there you go. You're ready to roll. How are you doing?
Doing great.
Okay,
we're
now
excited
let me
about
get
the
you set up
show.
here.
Yay.
Okay, there you go. That's good. Okay, so you get a little lag there, so you might need to shut off your. You need to turn your speaker down. Just like I said again. I'll say it again. Any other radio station, you got to keep your speakers low, or you got to get away from the mic with it. Otherwise, it's going to double back. But no big deal. Carmen, how are you doing? Okay, so it looks like we lost her. So, oh, I'm not doubling. Oh wait, you know why I'm doubling? Because I need to mute myself. So there, that should clear that problem right there. So yeah, I had it unmuted right there on the other one. So yeah, it was going to double back. Okay, so we are. Yeah, I had it unmuted right there on the other one. So yeah, it was going to double back. So okay.
Hi.
There we go. Miss Cassie is back in full effect. So I tell you what.
Hi.
There we go. Miss Cassie is back in full effect. So I tell you. Okay, go ahead and tell your story. Let's see what dream you got, and go ahead and do us a favor. Mute. Never mind. I'll do it. Okay. So that way we can clear this up. Yeah, let that clear out, and then I'm going to be quiet. You come on. Go ahead and tell your dream story, and then because we only got about 39 minutes left, so that way we can queue up the next person. So I'm going to be quiet now. Come on in and speak, and you have the mic.
Okay. Well, basically, it's a dream almost.
Okay,
Nope. You must turn your radio down. Turn it down.
Like
some.
a dream that I was actually like walking around in my house in kind of like a slow motion, dark clouds rolling at my feet. And suddenly the front door opened as I walked down the hallway. And it was kind of like my ex-boyfriend walked through the door. He was kind of floating in. And he was wearing kind of like green scrubs, almost like a doctor's kind of like assistant apparel. It was like green. And he actually came in and said goodbye. And then he kind of like kissed me and floated away. And I find that kind of strange.
Hey, just out of curiosity.
And I woke up and I was like, I wonder what that meant. That was about Friday night, a few years ago, a lot of years ago. And what happened was that I had not heard from him for a while, like maybe about a week or something. And when I got to school, my friends had told me, mutual friends have told me that he was actually trying to kill himself that same Friday night that I had the dream.
Oh, wow.
So it was almost more like a premonition kind of thing.
Wow. Did you ever have did a dream like that ever come back? Like whenever Yeah, one of the two. That's, if anything, it's probably going to have to be the Mixler. Discord is fine. You just got to shut off the. You got to not shut it off. Sorry, you got to turn it down. If anyone has ever called a radio station from a phone and you got the radio up and they get that feedback, they tell you to turn your radio down. Turn Mixler down while you're speaking, or headphones. In this particular case, since we have the wonderful world of the internet broadcast, so it's a little bit different, but same exact concept. But yes, thanks everyone for muting on top of that. But Carmen, it sounded like you had a premonition, like you said. So let me ask you a quick question. Have you ever had that dream come back again with with the same person coming back? Because that was quite interesting. I love hearing dream stories.
No, I actually had a dream that was different. Something more like in the premonition sense, where I was asleep and I had a dream about like an earthquake, and
okay, awesome. Yeah, let's hear it.
Like everything shook in the dream, and buildings were falling, and bridges were bending, and things like that. And I woke up scared, obviously, and it was still like when I woke up, and I was like, oh, it's just a dream. And this was back in like 95 or 90, 94, somewhere around there. And I got up to get a glass of water. I returned to my bed, trying to calm myself down because earthquake dreams are scary. But what happened was that not more than a few minutes later, it started shaking, like 6.6 shaking. And what happened is that I think that I had a premonition that an earthquake was going to happen. And then, lo and behold, the Northridge quake occurred that day.
Wow. I'm sorry, I was in the middle of typing, but one thing that I know I like about dreams is that, I guess maybe this might sound crazy, but it puts me in my own world that I want to be. Sometime it can be good, sometime it can be just like that. Yeah, I've had earthquakey dreams and stuff like that as well. I want to say hello to all the new members that's come in. So we're not going to say the names or nothing like that. So those that has come into the station, thank you for coming in. Thank you for finally catching it up. If anyone else has anything else they want to say, if anyone else has something to respond back to anything that I said earlier, feel free. Did you have any particular questions about my dream story that we talked about or anything before we move on to the next person? Carmen?
No, I think we should give someone else an opportunity to give it a try. How about Mystic Girl 66?
Mystic. Yeah, we need to get her over to the other side here. So, Mystic Girl, why don't you jump on back over to the, yeah, okay, never mind. You are there. Do us a favor, click the TPVR link right there on the left. So that way you can end up on this side. Then we go ahead and get you live. And by the way, hey Cassie, I can hear you whispering. You were like super low, but I can hear everything you said. You said Mystic Girl. Yeah. See that Mystic Girl? Click that, so that way you'll show up in the list, and then that way we can. You're an EVP. It had me going for a minute. I don't know. Anyone else that's here in the Discord right now, if you want to come in, feel free to come on in. Let me get, I got everyone muted. Yep, everyone is unmuted. Sorry. So feel free to come in and say hello here before we get ready to wrap up. We got about 30 minutes left, so it's no problem. You're figuring out the feedback problem. Your mic is right near your speaker. you're going to have to turn the speaker down or mute your mic. Now, please note, muting your mic here does not unmute it from your system itself. Because, like I said again, I have a stream going right there in the other room right now. No, it's not loud where I can hear way in here, but it's not feedbacking at all. We'll have to get that checked out over there. But Bear, come on in to the TPVR channel, because I know you said you wanted to say something. So feel free to come on in and tell us your story here, so we can go ahead and proceed. You need to be in the TPVR, not the other chat page. Yeah, it's just a little delay. That's about it. You're going to get that period. I know, Bear, that you're listening here. I'm not going to say the whole name here. Really, I'm a privacy person as much as possible. So, don't have any more ads right now to throw out. So, because I'm not allowed to make one, and we already have one. So, looks like Mystique Girl, you're going to have to refresh. Bear, make your way over to the TPVR station on Discord, so we can go ahead and. Yeah, believe it or not, I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case. While you guys figure it out, let me go ahead and say this here. As a matter of fact, every single show that we get ready to do, whether it was YouTube or here or in the past when I was on Hamster Radio at the time, I always had some sort of quote unquote technical difficulty, like moments before I had to go live on our shows. And I'll be darned if last night I ran into this issue, and it only lasted for like a second because I had to reduce, my equipment just to keep it plain and simple so I can be on here. And matter of fact, last night I was in the middle of doing a test recording, not for the other one, but for myself. And the recording itself just froze. Not the computer, the recording. Everything else was working. And I was like, oh my gosh, come on, man. Okay, so, I was, anytime you have these type of shows that we talk about, especially when it comes to paranormal, and especially when you have someone as grateful as Stephanie and the others that I have over here, you can expect technical difficulties. So that's just what happens. But thankfully, I got it worked out. So I know we're on a delay. So Mystique, say hello. Come on in. Tell us your dream. I'm going to drop my mic and leave it to you. Come on in and tell us your dream. Tell us your dream. I'm going to drop my mic and leave it to you.
Oh.
Come on in and tell us your dream.
Okay. Hello. I don't know if you can hear me.
Oh, yeah, we can hear you. No, she's not feedbacking. That's just her speaker playing the delay. That's all. So, just in case purposes, Mystique Girl, turn it down just enough to where you can hear me, but pull it away from your mic a little bit. Just in case purposes, Mystique Girl, turn it down just enough to where you can hear me, pull it away from your mic a little bit.
Okay, so I'm just going to ahead and turn the speaker off totally. Then I just say my story, then I can stop. Okay.
Okay, that'll work. Go ahead and do that.
Okay, well, my dream I had I guess it turned into the September 11th attack that happened in New York City. When I had this dream, I didn't even think it was like a premonitory dream. It just kept happening over several days. And it was the same exact dream over and over again. And originally I was in this large urban city. I didn't know where it was. I didn't have any names anywhere around me. And I was standing in the middle of the street, and there's a lady on the right side of me on the sidewalk screaming at me for help. She was like yelling, and I looked at her, and she was covered in blood, and she had a lot of cuts and stuff around her, and she was wearing like a dress or something. But she kept screaming for help, and I didn't know what to do. I'm thinking, this is just a dream. So I told her, well, wait right there, and I'll try and find somebody to help you. So she said, she was crying and everything. She's frightened. And so I turned back to look down the street, and then I walk a little bit, and I see a man on the left side. It looked like a priest, or something like a priest, I guess, in the clothes with the neck and the white thing around there. So he was just standing there, and he was frightened. He acted like he didn't know what was going on. So the more I had these dreams, this one dream over so many nights, I guess got more and more detailed as it went on. And the farther I went down, I started noticing it was like a dusty area. It was like urban, like tall skyscrapers, and there was one building farther down, and then it just suddenly collapsed. This whole large building just collapsed, and the collapsing made lots of dust fly out, lots of dust and debris. And as this debris and dust came towards me, I saw this giant plume of dust coming, and in the dust were like body parts. It wasn't like whole people. It was just arms, legs flying everywhere, just torn apart. And that was really freaky. I mean, I'm thinking this is just dream, but this is kind of odd, like a horror movie. And I could hear people screaming in the background, saying "Help us" and stuff like that. But I didn't know what to do. I don't know what. I'm helpless. I can't even see them full bodied or anything. It's just voices. So I think the last night of this recurring dream, I did it played out the same way. I went down the road. I mean, walked a little bit, and the building collapsed, and then at the end of the road, there was a light that was coming from the sky. First, I thought maybe it was like UFO dream or something. Or maybe this is a weird dream, but it was just actually a light. It wasn't a ship or anything, and this light was hovering towards the end, and I told these people who were screaming and asking for help, and I said, "Be careful, or be calm. I'll ask for this light to open, and you can go inside this light and go towards the light. Your family is in there, your friends and everything, and stuff." And so I asked for the spirits or something, the creator, or somebody, whoever was in this light, to please open and welcome these people because they need help. They're asking for help and they're frightened. And I don't know what this dream is about or why I'm having it or whatever, but suddenly this light opened up and it shined on the whole road, the whole street. Suddenly, all these people who had no bodies, they were just screaming voices for help. They all just went towards this light and they all went inside. And that's when I saw like figures that were dressed in suits, and the women were all dressed in dresses, and they were all happy and they were all excited to see the people inside. And I could hear them talking to each other like they hadn't seen these family members or friends in a long time, and they were like having like a little mini party as they went inside. And then a few of them, I could see them turn around. I couldn't see their faces, but I saw the figures kind of turned around at me and said,
Go ahead.
I mean, I didn't do it. I didn't bring this light. It just showed up. So all these people were in there, and then this light, it stayed for a while, and then it started closing up. And as it was going away, I looked to the side, and there was the same priest who was there screaming earlier. He was still there, and he was frightened too. And he couldn't believe what he was seeing. In the thing he was saying to watch out, get out of there because it's not what you're thinking. But to me, it was what I was thinking. It was like angels or something coming for these people to help them and lead them. Everybody was so happy when they went in, but he was screaming. Then all of a sudden he kind of disappeared. I don't know what happened to him in my dream. And then there was a couple shadowy figures. I'm not sure the female or whatever. They suddenly just took off into the city and stuff, and they just kind of scurried off in between the buildings and they disappeared. So I'm thinking that is what is a ghost to me.
That's amazing.
Like that. So
you got some
that's
good
what
stuff.
I thought. It was like, well, they weren't ready to go into the light, or it scared them.
Oh yeah, she turned the speaker
or they
off.
just were confused and they didn't know what was happening with this light, so they just took off and did not. But they were just shadow figures. I guess they turned into ghosts. Or something. And then the dream ended. And then after about a week of this, after so many days in a row, it stopped. The dreams, and it never came back until the actual attack happened. Okay, we're going to the next one. And then the attack happened, and I saw it on the news, and the whole thing replayed everything back to me. It was the same exact in my dream.
Yeah.
So, but that's the dream. Thanks.
You're welcome. That was a. Oops, sorry. Now that is what you call feedback. I heard that. The red on my LEDs almost blew up. Yeah, that was awesome, Mystique. Yeah, you guys, you have got to understand audio, video, whatever. You can't have speakers right by the microphone and say that it's somebody else's fault. Feedbacking. You can't have audio going back into the microphone and then coming back out as audio back to the microphone. Yeah, you're going to get feedback. You have to shut the speakers down. I don't know how many times I can say that. I know it's a little hard. Get headphones. Exactly. You know, this is an internet stream, so there will be a little delay. You're going to have that. But I'm not like upset or nothing, you guys. I'm just trying to tell you, I have Discord open. Matter of fact, I have Discord. I have my video app going, and I also have Mixler going. And I'm not feedbacking. The video would show that. The other stream will say that. But you know, just wanted to say that, you guys. So be sure you turn your speakers down and mute yourself if I'm speaking or whatnot. I know we have to have a little different control. But anyways, we're going to bring on someone else here. We got about 20 minutes left, so we want to bring someone else on. So I know that was, I know there was another person. I know Max Bear wanted to speak up, but it looks like he's left. So if anyone wants to say anything, I'm going to shut the mic off. My mic right now. I'm going to let you come on in and speak freely. Please take about 5 minutes on the story. Thanks. Yeah. It's okay. I mean, but we're all rolling. You know, the first show that we did was a little different. So no one's wanting to speak. So Mystique, if you have another story you'd like to tell, that's fine. Thank you for taking part in coming in and showing support here on TPVR. If you want to say another story, go ahead. Just do us a favor. Keep your speakers on, but just turn them low or put your headphones in so that way you can hear us and you won't be feedbacking. But yeah, come on in. If you got another one, tell us. Cassie, if you got something to say, feel free to step up or step on in and say it. I'd like to hear from you too. I believe we got everyone unmuted. Okay, so we're running out of time. We're gonna go ahead and knock this on off. I believe we've had something really good right now. So you guys, thank you for coming in and viewing and watching and listening to our show. So we're going to continue on Discord right after this show. And again, if you want to reach out to us and actually speak on anything that you'd like, please feel free to reach out to us at thepairofviewradio@gmail.com. Again, I'm your host Tony over here at TPVR, and you guys have yourself a wonderful day. See you next week, Saturday, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thank you.